G'day guys, welcome back to Oz Biker. Hope you're all well. Thanks for tuning in. I got it first service, so she's unlocked in the sense they reckon that I get full power now because I had the acro system in and they don't load the whole map on. So we'll see what it's like now. I'll be able to ride it normally. A few things happened at the service which I'll fill you in, which is really important, guys, that you check it. So without further ado, I'll give it a cold start. It sounds a little bit different, believe it or not, with the cold start or even with the idling of the motor. But I'll give you a listen. It just sounds a bit more rawer. Definitely sounds a bit more gruntier. Like it's even got little misses in it. It sounds absolutely amazing. See what I mean by the little misses? I've also done the PPF wrap myself on it. I've got an SP phone mount on. I took the mirrors off and put the Moto Gadget bar end mirrors, but I used the same bar ends and just slipped it on the same screw and everything, see? But what I did, I put panel plugs in there instead of bolts. She's ready to go now, so I'll fill you in what happened on the service. I actually dropped the bike, believe it or not, putting it on a paddock stand like in the last video I mentioned, and took that off and snapped that. So that's all been put back on, and I just noticed I scratched a little bit there. Oh mate, first time ever I've done that in my whole life. It's made me nervous now putting them on the paddock stand. But without further ado, thanks for tuning in, guys. If you haven't subscribed, consider doing that. The next time I ride, I'll be on the RR competition. Then let's go riding. Righto guys, what actually happened was when I went to pick the bike up, as I said, they had to redo the brake fluid and all that sort of stuff. I checked that was pretty low. It was right down on the bottom, and I brought it up with them, and their mechanic said, "Oh no, well it expands with heat," but I'm not so sure about that sort of stuff, so I didn't question it, and I said, "Mate, I just want it topped up more." So they've half filled it. Maybe yous know more about that than me, and yous can put that in the comments, guys. I'd appreciate it. But I ended up riding it home. It seemed a bit different, the bike, you know what I mean, a bit more grunty. I only rode it probably 4 kilometres, 5 kilometres, and it was in traffic, so I couldn't really test it out. But what I did find when I got home, I looked in the oil window, and mate, it was chock-a-block to over the top marks. You couldn't even see any silver at all in that mirror. It was just chock-a-block. So I rung them and said, "Hey guys, you've overfilled the bike, la 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 la." And then, no, we haven't. We've only put the right amount in. I'm on the Sunshine case, so you probably know who it was. We've put the right amount in, blah, blah, blah. The oil expands, and I went, "Yeah, really? Okay." I played a bit dumb that way. And yeah, the oil expands, and you got to let it sit for a couple of hours and then measure it, and it should shrink back down to what it should be. Okay, so I did that, and lo and behold, as usual, as you can expect, the fucking oil was filled still exactly the same. So I rang them and I said, guys, you've overfilled it, blah, blah, blah. No, the mechanic said leave it overnight, it'll settle back down and drop into the sump. And I said, well, that'll only make more oil. No, it'll be right. Okay, so I waited, and I'll put it up now on the video what I did, and what I ended up doing was taking the sump plug, just unscrewing it and leaving it on there and draining the oil. And I'll put it up now how much, the video that I did on that.
Hey guys, just a heads up how to check your engine oil. This is straight out of the Ducati manual. Your engine has to be warm. I've run my bike now for about 11 minutes. The fans have cut in about 3 times, so the engine's warm. Then the bike has to sit for about 15 minutes minimum, and that's how you get your proper levels. Okay, it's 13:01. It's been a little bit longer, but you can see that the bike is perfectly straight. This is the oil level. Now, perfect. That's what it was overfilled by. Crazy.
As you can see, 430 mil as an overfill, and that could definitely lead to problems. So one thing I honestly recommend, guys, is a couple of things actually, not one thing. Always take photos of your bike, even when you changing tyres. That's really important in case they mark your rims, because they're always, no, that was always there. But if you've got video evidence or photos, you can say, hey, nah, no way, you scratched your rims, you've got to get them fixed. Also, don't take it as gospel that they've done the right thing on your service. Check everything. The oil levels, if they swap your filter over. This one's got the, I think it's, I forget, Sprint filter in it. So I haven't checked it. I will if they've cleaned it. That's been in from new. The bike's done 1,231 kilometres on it now, so there'll be a bit of shit in it. So let's see if they cleaned that. If they didn't, it'll blow me away. I wouldn't be surprised, put it that way. But hopefully they did, and make me eat my words. But yeah, they're things that I would definitely do, guys. Don't take it as gospel that everything's spot on with your bike. Okay, you've had it serviced. Yeah, take their word for it. Double check everything. And also take photos of your bike before it does go in for a service, just in case they scratch anything with a spanner or dropping something on your bike. It's always good to do video, and that way you got video evidence of it. So that's what happened to me on my first service. Put it in the comments if something similar to that has happened to you. It's fucking hard to get good mechanics nowadays that take pride in their work and do a damn good job. I've actually put cable ties in my front end to see how my forks are handling it, because I haven't set rider sag or anything yet on the bike. I'm going to take it down to XXX suspension soon and just get him to double check the rider sag. But I did the cable ties on the forks, which I'll show you now. and that'll give me an indication how I'm travelling with my front end suspension.
Hey guys, the cable ties is an absolutely awesome way to let you know how much fork you're using in the front end, because on your normal riding, fruit twisties and all that sort of stuff, it's impossible to sit there and say, oh shit, well I'm using 80% of my forks, I've got to do more preload, I've got to do this. That way you will definitely be able to see, oh shit, I've still got 30 millimeters for emergency braking and all that. It's a really good little practice to get in. You can buy little proper ones at a motorbike shop, and they're like a white plastic, a little spring-loaded spring that wraps around it and it slides up and down on your forks and you leave them on. I always find with servicing they're getting slacker and slacker. If you're finding that sort of stuff, put in the comments what sort of problems you are having, but I always find they're meant to tighten your chain, do your tyre pressures, which they always fuck up, if you don't mind me saying that. I got mine back, I had 42 in my rear and 32 in my front from the service department. No idea what they were thinking when they did that. I think it must have been an apprentice. It would have had to have been. But anyhow guys, I'll leave this video here. I'll do another one on how I found the bike after the break-in service. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed, maybe consider doing that and leaving a comment. And thank you for all the comments and thumbs up that you have been doing. I really appreciate it, guys. Take care, ride safe, and I'll definitely see you in the next one. Bye for now, guys. Cheers.